seems like every week we turn on the TV and see a news story on the news of another teen committing suicide because of being bullied. Phoebe Prince, Tyler Clementi, Seth Walsh, Asha Brown are just few of the latest victims. Today, I'd like to get to the heart of the issue. We're going to talk with a special guest, Josh, and discuss what he thinks bullying is, why people do it, and what we can do to change it. But first, let's take a look at Josh's story. Josh knew from a young age he was gay. He came out to his friends and family at 16. Though Josh had come to terms with his sexuality, that didn't make it an easy road for him. Because of his sexuality, Josh has been constantly bullied, but he is not alone. Statistics say 77% of students have been bullied. Because of the internet and social media, bullying can also happen online. This is called cyberbullying. When Josh was bullied, he felt like he had no one to turn to. His parents weren't around to be supportive. No one came to his rescue and he felt alone. In 85% of the bullying cases, no one is there to help the victim. Because of all the technology, a lot of parents aren't aware that their child is bullied.
It's disheartening to know that there was no one there who would understand my plight or even listen to my problems. And I think that that was the biggest thing, is that there was no one there to listen to me.
Bullied victims can have severe reactions to the abuse. This can be categorized as suicidal thoughts, self-harm, suicidal attempts, or even suicide.
When I see stories on the news about suicides, it makes me sad and frustrated, because these are people who are young and have lives and years ahead of them, and it ends suddenly all because of someone's hate or misunderstanding.
Teens are mainly bullied because they are different. Different could be a learning disability, sexual orientation, physical appearance, or social status.
As far as changing suicides and just people not understanding each other, I think we need to listen to each other. You know, and as far as the suicides go, I think outlets are really important. You know, you can go play sports or do music or acting or theater or just anything, go running. Anything is better than ending it, because it gets better. It really does. And I think that we need to try to make that true, that we need to try to listen to each other and understand each other and actually make the world a better place.
Josh, that was such a compelling story. How do you feel after watching yourself?
Sad that that's not only my story. I'm just lucky enough that it's heard. There's many, many stories that are just like that, or even worse. Not even just America, but throughout the world, and it's disheartening. It really is.
Have you ever been bullied?
Yeah, plenty of times. I'm sure a lot of people have. One time I could specifically remember is when I was walking down the streets down here in Atlanta. Wow, okay. And which is surprising, because Atlanta is pretty progressive, you would think.
It is.
And I was walking on the sidewalk, and a man walked around me as if I had a big bubble around me. And I was looking at him, you know, what's up? You know, maybe there was something he didn't want to step on or whatever. And he whispered something as he walked past me. And I turned around and I said, "Excuse me?" And he turned around and he looked distinctly in my face, and called me the F word.
He did. He called you the F word?
Yeah, I mean.
Oh. So how did you feel when he called you that?
You know, it's just sad for me, basically, because, you know, it's Atlanta, and it's 2010. You would think some people, and this man was older, and I would think that he would have some couth, but I mean, hate just, it has no bounds. So, and he evidently hated this group of people, so it was sad.
So when he called you the F word, what was your reaction? Because I know it had to be grand, because I don't think you would have took that pretty well. You just don't say stuff like that.
You know, I called my mom later on, and she was just like, "Oh, you know, sometimes with people like that, you shouldn't say anything." I mean, I said something back.
I know you did.
But you know, I mean, I didn't confront him or anything. I just whatever, and then moved on. You know, because with people like that, you never know what they'll do. So I try not to engage in that. And really, it just shows how mature you are and ignorant they are if you don't, engage. So it's just another day. You know?
Yeah, so. It's kind of tough. You know, if you're just walking down the street and then someone just coming up as if you're just like a ghost or something and just call you the F word. That's very disrespectful.
I know.
And people back home, don't do that. Don't do that. That's just, it's hurtful. It's hurtful. And for people at home and in the audience, bullying isn't just, you know, calling people names and physical, it's also mentally too. Like that really hurts people. It would have hurt my feelings. I would have been mad.
Yeah.
I think I would have said some worse stuff.
Well,
but you,
I just said, you
handled it well. You handled it well.
Yeah, you know. Yeah.
Have you ever been cyberbullied? Anytime?
Actually, there was this gentleman in Britain who died. I didn't really know him too well, but he was a news reporter, anchor or whatnot. And he was open and, you know, he was gay and whatnot, and he committed suicide.
Wow.
And when I paid my respects online, there was some random guy, I don't know who he is, you know, I'm sure he didn't know me, but he just replied to my tweet, and he said—
on Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter. And he said, you know, this guy was MFing this and was F this and was, I mean, it was just like, I mean, just hate. So, I mean, it wasn't directly at me, but the fact is, you know, if it's anybody part of our community, you know, it's just, it's sad.
And pretty much he was, from what you said, like he's pretty much belittling him while he's passed. Like, and that's sad.
Not only him, though, he was saying that all of us should deserve to die, you know, do deserve to die, excuse me. So, I mean, it was past just that person, you know, he just was outraged that we even paid respects to say, you know, I'm sorry for your loss, or, you know, because he was with someone, and, you know, it was sad for him, I'm sure, but, you know, to him, it was just like killing an ant, so.
Now, honestly, like with me, like, do you feel, how can I say it? Do you feel bad when people try to put you in a different category than everybody else? Like, oh, he's this opposed to this, you know? I mean, how do you feel about that?
Bad? Not bad, more just
disrespected.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably a better word to say it, because, I mean, I'm just a person like anybody else, you know, and I'm sure the kids who committed suicide over the fact that they were bullied for whatever it was, knew that they were just human too, and wanted somebody else to tell them that, you know, humans, we need to feel included. And so when someone singles you out about something and everyone sees that about you, and now you are this thing about you that's abnormal, yeah, they're hurt. And, you know, people, if they're not included, if they're not touched, if not loved at all, they lose the will to live. It's scientifically proven, so.
Wow. Wow, yeah. That really is touching, because if you think about it, a lot of kids, and it's really not adults lately, it has been kids in the media who've been killing themselves, like teenagers, and it's really sad, because I really feel as though they were crying out for help.
Right.
So I feel as though if people wouldn't criticize as much, it wouldn't lead to that. What you think?
Well, the sad thing is, it's just now getting into the media, because people have been doing it for years. You know, people have been belittled for years. Okay, so it's not a new thing, but the fact that it's just now catching on is almost kind of sad in our society. But the fact is that now that we see it and now that it's all over the place, hopefully someone will take notice and will move forward to expunge all this from our society, because it's really sad. So.
Exactly. Well, do you have anything that you would like to tell the audience and also the viewers at home of what, you know, the things that really touched you and what they can, you know, probably learn from all of this?
I would just say, like a lot of things are happening right now, there's a lot of videos about it's okay. So I just think that they should just know that it's okay. They can find other outlets. There's people who are successful, who are happy, who are gay, who were belittled as well, who just get through it, you know?
That's true.
So as long as they know that there's other ways out, you don't have to end your life, you know? So.
Right. Exactly, because you're really cool. And, you know, it's just sad that people, you know, how people act sometimes. Don't you agree?
You know, well, you know, it's really never going to go away as far as that.
Right, that's true.
And so that's why there needs to be people who are out there who are for these people to lean on.
Exactly,
you know? So,
exactly.
Yeah, parents, counselors, friends, you know, everyone needs to have someone.
Right.
So when you see someone down or in need, you know, you might be the cheerleader, but go talk to that outcast, you know, because that one person could change their life. So.
Right, and that's just with bullying in general. And it's not about being gay, it's just about bullying in general, because it feels bad. Like growing up, you know, if people exclude you from activities because you're too big or you're too small or you're too, you know, that
we all hear about it.
That's bullying.
Yeah, and Rudolph, I think that was a good example.
That's true.
You know, because he was the outcast, but he ended up saving Christmas. So you know, maybe kids should you know understand that they may be outcasts at one time, but it gets better. Right. So I think that might be what's needed. So. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Josh, for being on the show. We really love you at Let's Talk. And
no problem.
feel free to come back anytime, okay? If you ever need to come and talk, Let's Talk with the place to be.
All right, now.
Okay?
All right, I'm going to take you up on that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you all. See you soon.